discuss the ethical controversies regarding germline gene therapy. So first off, what is gene therapy? Gene therapy is a medical technique for perfecting defective DNA that cause disease, in effect curing people. There's two kinds of gene therapy. One involves somatic cells and the other germ cells. Somatic refers to all the cells in your body that are not used in reproduction. So this sort of therapy does not propagate to your children and does not continue on. It stays with the person. Now, this type of gene therapy, they're both very similar. It involves taking DNA from a third party, attaching it to a virus, and moving that virus into a patient's body. And that virus then disseminates throughout the body, infects cells, and does what a virus is supposed to do. Attacks the nucleus and drops that DNA into the person. This, of course, sounds dangerous. However, the virus has been modified so that it cannot replicate itself. And it does the job that needs to be done. It sends the DNA, the good DNA, into a person's body, which allows the person to create new proteins, which gives the body new functions, functions that the person was previously lacking. The other type of gene therapy is germline. Germline refers to the reproductive cells. This is the type of gene therapy that stirs up a lot of controversy because patients who receive this therapy, their children will have the same DNA and it will keep on moving. Lost the card. Right. This line of gene therapy, the way it works is it involves the eggs or the sperm. It involves modifying the DNA within those eggs or sperm so as to it prevents diseases from occurring. It can treat it can prevent a whole host of diseases such as the cystic fibrosis, Down syndrome, Huntington's disease, breast cancer, ALS. You guys are familiar with Stephen Hawking's. That's his disease. This is not all. Gene therapy, germline gene therapy, can prevent, cure hundreds of genetic defects, disorders, and thousands more that aren't even named. The benefits are almost infinite. So, if the benefits are so obvious, and there's so much that can be done with this research, why isn't it being done? Well, there's a lot of ethical controversy regarding this because it does have some costs. So it becomes a right versus right decision. It's unclear which right is more right. Is it more right to save lives at the cost of potentially creating new social issues like designer babies, destroying embryos that are going to be necessary for the research, or possibly adding new diseases to the human gene pool? So these are the three most cited potential detriments, costs of germline gene therapy, and this is what stirs up the most controversy. It's possible that this research could set off a new eugenics movement. It will lead to the destroying of embryos, which many equate with life, and it may allow for a class of designer people. The novel Brave New World, the government controls all reproduction, and it dictates how intelligent people are, what they look like, and even how they think. These are concerns with this research, but this is not where we're headed. So the first main critique of this research, which is the new eugenics movement. The old eugenics movement involved eliminating inferior or bad people, and therefore allowing the superior people to continue to have children, propagate, and pass along these new genes. Germline gene therapy doesn't seek to destroy anyone, doesn't seek to kill anyone. It seeks to get rid of bad genes, not the bad people. It seeks to perfect people and to end their suffering and to just make a better race, but not through mass killings. The second most controversial topic is embryos. This is also in the abortion debate. Whether or not killing embryos is murder, that's up to everyone else to decide. But in my opinion, it's the lesser of two evils. It's a few lives now to save numerous later in the future. And the third critique, she's my favorite. When she was young. This is a young picture. And a third critique is, well, this is germline gene therapy. It's not meant to be enhancement. There are concerns that people will use this science and these techniques to make people smarter, make people more athletic, make people more beautiful, and make us look like Jennifer Aniston. Well, where we draw the line between therapy and enhancement will be up to future generations and societies to decide. But the perceived possibility and cost of this is not accurate. Quite simply, most traits are multifactorial, meaning that they rely on many, many genes, many that we have not sequenced, many that you cannot even change. And it relies on your environment and your upbringing. So it is not quite simple enough to just say we can make people smarter, or we can make people more beautiful, or look precisely like Jennifer Aniston. Yeah. These are again a recap of potential controversies. I don't deny that they exist. These are potential costs of such a research. They may all occur, they may all happen just as badly as they did in Brave New World. But what we're really dealing with is
the bottom left. It's the bottom right. Talking about like
active cursor.
The cursor. Click on the move the mouse down to the Is that a cursor? In the bottom left there's like arrows that you can click if you move your mouse.
Bottom left.
No, on the keyboard, the bottom left of the screen. Sorry.
Yeah.
So, the costs are there, the benefits are there. What I would seek to do is take an ends-based approach, which is, our world isn't perfect, so we try to make it as best as we can to the most people. And the way we do that is we maximize the benefit of this research, minimize the cost, and reduce the risk of any cost happening. How we do that isn't clear. Probably involves government regulation, things that we already do with drugs that we have. The FDA looks over these things. And in so doing, we should be able to make a better world, in all probability.